What in the world? Why is this backwards? Everyone else can see that this. Anyone on YouTube right now can see that this is backwards. I'm gonna try and fix that. Uh, let's try that. Oh, that's the wrong thing. No, I need to flip this. We need to flip this horizontal so that people on YouTube can see it okay. Boom. See if that'll do it. Nah, it's still backwards. Okay, it'll be fine, nonetheless. I think. I think so. Whoa. All right, there we go. That's better. All right, so it should be the right side now, but I was going to give a little bit of an update in regards to what kind of heavy rain, severe weather threat we're seeing over the next couple of days. I haven't even looked at the models just yet. I just got home from work, but now might be a good time to just provide a little bit of an update while I have a little bit of time. It's 4:33 on July 14th, so we're just gonna dive right in and take a quick look at what possibly might be going on. So this right here is the main area of concern right now, actually off into the Upper Peninsula. If I were to update the radar real quick, which I'm going to do, if I go to Marquette, the Marquette radar, if it loads, sometimes I have a little bit of problem rendering. You've got some pretty strong thunderstorms in the Upper Peninsula, as forecasted by the NAM model that I showed you guys in the video yesterday. So that's one thing that is taking place, but it didn't forecast these stronger thunderstorms to develop off to the south. So that's what I'm keeping track on right now, is these storms off to the south and west. Now, the National Weather Service did hold off on issuing a severe thunderstorm watch for this particular line. And I think they probably will as it approaches lower Michigan. These storms are only moving at 35 miles an hour, so they are quite slow. And they're moving in this general direction towards my area, towards southern lower Michigan. It looks like these storms are just going to come as general thunderstorms, nothing too severe from it. So I don't expect to see anything severe from it. But they will pack a punch with some frequent cloud to ground lightning, some heavy rain. There's a report from a weather spotter in southern Wisconsin of flooding taking place in that area. So here, let me see if I can move in on that. But these storms aren't really showing any signs of rotation, any signs of any severe weather activity. Just some wind gusts of around 40 miles an hour are showing up from these storms. They're going to move in later this evening, probably within the next couple of hours. You're going to see some stronger thunderstorms move in to southern lower Michigan, northern Michigan. There's already some strong thunderstorms in the Upper Peninsula. So that's something that we'll be watching this evening. But I don't think Indiana and Ohio are going to miss out on this storm activity today. And I'll have to hold off till tomorrow before you see much rain in your area. But I'm going to close this out right now and take a look at the actual models, which is why I sort of am doing this video here. Display Capture is having a fun time trying to work with this. But, all right. So here we have, this is the GFS model. This is an update for 8 o'clock, so 4 hours from now. These storms are moving pretty slow based on what the GFS is saying. GFS may not be the best model to be using right now, but they'll slowly progress overnight across the upper and lower peninsula of Michigan. Then it'll leave behind some trailing showers and thunderstorms in lower peninsula by early morning, it looks like, and then continuing down into Indiana, Ohio in the afternoon. So I'm going to actually look at a better model to forecast severe weather and go to a regional map of these storms. So this is later in the afternoon on Thursday. strong showers and strong thunderstorms are moving through. The Storm Prediction Center is saying that they're going to be more scattered in nature. So anything that's scattered um, will become sporadically severe in some places, but not every place will see severe weather. Maybe just see some stronger thunderstorms. So this is overnight. So no, this is Thursday at about, what is that? Thursday around 11 a.m. That's what it seems like. But I'm going to pull it back to where we are at right now. This is actually a lot earlier in the day. I'm going to move it to 19Z. That'll help us get a better idea of where these storms are going right here. So this is the latest update from the HRR, the model that's really good at forecasting severe weather, typically. 6 hours from now, it's forecasting that these storms will actually die out over the lake, which I think that's a fair judgment because there's a lot less instability over the lake. With the cool temperatures at the lake, you get a lot less heat, and with a lot less heat, you don't get as much instability in the atmosphere. So if these storms do die out, I wouldn't be surprised if they died out over the lake. There is still a chance of some scattered showers and thunderstorms, but they may not hold together as they go over the lake, which is typical. So we're going to push it off to early in the morning on Thursday at about 1 a.m. This is 1 a.m. We've got showers and thunderstorms moving into the Upper Peninsula and the upper part of Michigan, and this line is starting to develop along the front. So that's going to continue to progress southeastward throughout the day on Thursday. More storms will pop up throughout the day across the region. Looks like most of them will stay in Upper Michigan, but a line later in the afternoon I'm expecting will develop and push southeastward, and the Storm Prediction Center says so as well. I'm going to move back to this model run, very similar to what we saw earlier, but later in the evening it's forecasting more storms will develop over southern Michigan, and we have these storms that will develop later. So let's take a look at what the actual models are saying in terms of instability in the atmosphere. What's the CAPE looking like? CAPE is a measure of instability in the atmosphere again. 1,000 to 2,000, that's enough to fuel at least some developing thunderstorms. Right along this front here, you can see where the front is at based on where the instability is at in the atmosphere. So that's going to push southeastward. Any shear, what kind of shear do we got? A little bit of shear in some spots, so I wouldn't be surprised if we saw some thunderstorms pop up that become a little stronger. Hazard type severe based on this model sounding in Kalamazoo County, northern Indiana. Also has that severe hazard. Upper Peninsula doesn't really have a hazard type, so that's something to take note of. They're not really in a marginal risk for severe weather. It's more like a general thunderstorm risk there. Supercell composite is a good judgment of what kind of storms we'll see. Measurement of the potential for supercells. Kalamazoo County has the best potential for supercells. So does St. Joe, Cass counties, areas northeastward of that. And it's rather low in northern Indiana at this point. If I move it a little bit forward, it becomes a little more defined, especially it kind of looks kind of sloppy. Can't really tell like where there would be a supercell or not. It increases later in the day. You get about Thursday at about 2 p.m., 3 p.m., something like that. You get the potential for supercells returning across the eastern part of Michigan, and this will slowly progress southeastward. So that's the thing we're going to keep an eye on throughout the day tomorrow. And it'll keep moving southeastward. It starts to get kind of sloppy, but we do have some kind of high numbers in some places. So if I go back to the actual forecast tools, storms will just continue to progress throughout the night across the area and move southeastward. And they'll be scattered. Some may produce some damaging wind gusts. Tornado chance seems to be low right now. If I put it here, I do think it's still going to say, yeah, marginal severe, so not really that significant as it moves southeastward. So nothing to really be super concerned about, but it's something to keep an eye on. So models are looking good. I think as you get south towards central Indiana, central Ohio, and heading south, you're not really going to see much much severe much severe weather as you'll see in Michigan and northern Indiana, northern Ohio. As the sun starts to go down, instability starts to be lost in the atmosphere, and that will cause the thunderstorms to weaken to the point where they can't really produce as much severe weather as before. Now that may not be the case for every thunderstorm on this line. There may still be some isolated severe events as it progresses southeastward. So that's pretty much all I really wanted to look at just now. I just wanted to share that with you to see, okay, so there might be some severe storms tomorrow, but it's not looking extremely likely. As you go southeast, there may be a better chance for severe storms in Indiana, Ohio, southern Michigan, northern Indiana, northern Ohio, southern Michigan on Thursday. Tonight and early in the morning on Thursday, it's likely that up here we'll see the greater severe threat and a more significant severe threat. So this one actually could produce some pretty strong storms. So be aware of the weather if you're in the Upper Peninsula or the northern part of Lower Peninsula of Michigan. Just keep an eye on that. All right, so that's all I wanted to show you guys. Hopefully that was helpful. And if you have any questions, go ahead and leave a comment. And that's all I wanted to do. So have a good afternoon.